The European Union's internal crisis continues, with the Polish Prime Minister even warning it could lead to the disintegration of the bloc. This is pretty big stuff, a pretty major crisis at the heart of the European Union. I'd be interested to know if you've heard about any of this from the UK mainstream media or not, but I'm going to bring you all the very latest in this report, guys. So please start off by making sure you've hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss future reports. Now, we know that the EU is in crisis after Poland and Hungary decided to veto the bloc's 7-year budget. But the situation is escalating rapidly. Some interesting stories here from Radio Poland that I wanted to bring to your attention that I think Brexiteers and Brits overall will be quite interested in. Radio Poland report, tying funds to rule of law could break up EU. Not according to some backbencher, this is the Polish Prime Minister. Poland's Prime Minister warned on Thursday that a plan to tie access of funds from Brussels with respect for rule of law could lead to the EU breaking up. After holding talks with her Hungarian counterpart Viktor Orbán in Budapest, Poland's Mateusz Morawiecki, and I hope I've got the pronunciation roughly right there, said the planned new mechanism, due to politically motivated decisions, may and would inevitably lead to the fragmentation of the European Union and perhaps even the disintegration of the EU. Direct quote there, as reported by Radio Poland. Morawiecki flew to Budapest on Thursday for talks with Orbán, aiming to agree a joint negotiating strategy amid ongoing budget negotiations in the 27-nation EU bloc. Orbán said after the meeting that the two leaders had signed a joint declaration opposing the new rule of law mechanism. He added, Hungary does not accept any proposals that would be unacceptable to Poland. We will fight together. Now, I know that, again, on mainstream media, they'll probably care a lot more about what the likes of Tony Blair think about this than the actual people and the citizens of Poland. I actually think what people think about what the governments are doing is the most important thing. And interestingly, another story on Radio Poland, most Poles are against linking EU funds to rule of law. According to an opinion poll, most Polish citizens are against the plan to link access to EU funds with respect for rule of law, a survey has found. 57% of those polled supported a possible veto against the new EU budget if the spending plan is linked to the rule of law. Meanwhile, in this report from Radio Poland, only 20% of Poles asked took the opposite view, according to Pollster United survey. So the Polish government here clearly have the support on their stance, vetoing the budget. The Polish people clearly support what their government are doing. And I think that is actually quite an important factor in this story. Now, it seems that the Polish government have absolutely no intention of backing down whatsoever. Another story here, Poland ready to veto EU budget amid rule of law tensions, PM tells Merkel. Polish PM Morawiecki reaffirmed Poland's stance on the bloc spending plan for 2021-2027 during telephone talks with Angela Merkel, of course, the German Chancellor. Morawiecki said on Facebook that he had confirmed Warsaw's readiness to veto the new budget if we do not find a solution that is good for the entire EU and not only for some of its members. The Polish PM went on to say, I told the Chancellor today that Poland expects further work to find a solution as soon as possible that would guarantee the rights of all member states and respect for treaty procedures. This is what's raging at the heart of the EU. You've got the Polish PM talking about the fragmentation and possible disintegration of the European Union. I want to know from you, what do you make of all of this? Of course, as the Brexit negotiations rumble on, what are you making of this? Have you seen any coverage of the Polish PM's comments in mainstream media? And of course, if you found this report helpful and informative, please hit that thumbs up. And of course, you can support my work, support Real News here on the West Monster channel by hitting the join button down below. And of course, guys, as ever, thank you so much for watching.